Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, I want to talk about some comments that I heard Martin Lawrence make on a podcast. I guess he was on a podcast or something, and he was being interviewed, and they were talking about Michael Jordan, and he said that, Michael Jordan was his favorite basketball player, and that, to him, Michael Jordan is the best, man, right? He's the greatest, he said. And, he said something, that I never really heard anybody say, and I'm sure people have said it, but I never really heard him say it this way. He said that Jordan made it look good, Jordan made it smell good. That was his exact words, man. And I mean, like I said, I never heard no one say it like that, and he's right on the money. And we're going to talk about it in this video, what Martin Lawrence is talking about when he said Michael Jordan made it look good. Michael Jordan made it smell good. That's Michael Jordan, guys. Once again, shout out to Martin Lawrence, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you know I am truly, truly humbled, man. Much respect to everyone out there that continues to stand up, support my channel. Real recognize real, guys. It's truly humbling, man. Thank you very much. And you guys know what to do, man. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I came across this clip. I can't remember the channel that I saw it on, so forgive me for that. But it was a clip of Martin Lawrence. Like I said, I believe he was in a podcast, or he was being interviewed on a podcast. And, they were talking about Michael Jordan and I think Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and he said that to him, Michael Jordan was always like his favorite basketball player, right? And he said that, Michael Jordan's the best, he said. He's the best, man. And he said, Jordan made it look good. Jordan made it smell good, and they started laughing. And, like I said, I never heard no one say it like that way. But when you think about what he's talking about, it's just what we're always mentioning with Michael Jordan, guys, right? The way that Michael Jordan moved on the basketball court, I've told you guys many times. If you put on a videotape, right, and you show the videotape to someone who knows nothing about basketball, they don't know who Michael Jordan is. I mean, it's kind of hard to find someone who doesn't know who Michael Jordan is in the world. But let's say you found someone who doesn't know anything about basketball, doesn't know who Michael Jordan is, right, doesn't know anything about any of this stuff. If you put a video in front of them of Michael Jordan, a Chicago Bulls game, let's say, right, versus whoever, you put the game on, I guarantee you, Michael Jordan's going to jump off the screen to these people. Right, to that person. They're going to be, man, who the hell is this guy? Because he just looks different. He moves different. He's different. We've heard people say, oh, this guy's different. Michael Jordan really, truly was different, guys. All right? From the way that his mind worked, to his athleticism, to the work ethic, all these things, you've never seen a package like that in a professional athlete, guys. To me, like I said, Michael Jordan was blessed. He was born to play basketball. I've told you guys this. If you look at his hands, you look at his long arms, the fact that he's 6'6" when no one in his family is above 6 feet tall, the man was born to play basketball at that level. The leadership of Michael Jordan, the heart, the grit, the durability, the toughness of Michael Jordan, the high IQ of Michael Jordan, the fundamentals, the skills, just everything. Michael Jordan had it all. Now, there have been many players that had all those things, but they were missing one of them. I've told you, Larry Bird had everything except for the athleticism. He didn't have the hands like Michael Jordan, the dimensions of a Michael Jordan, the speed, the quickness, the jumping ability of Michael Jordan. Didn't have it. There's nothing Larry Bird could do about that. Just didn't have it, right? You think about someone like Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, same thing. He had a lot of these things, but he didn't have the overall game of Michael Jordan. Did he have the defensive abilities of Michael Jordan, the offensive score skills of a Michael Jordan? Magic Johnson was a winner, man. He was a winner, right? And these guys are great, but they didn't have the Michael Jordan level charisma. They didn't have the Michael Jordan level leadership or the Michael Jordan level fundamentals to go with the skills, to go with the competitive fire, to go with the athleticism. They just didn't have it. You think about Wilt Chamberlain, had the amazing athleticism, right? He had all these skills, but he didn't have the mind of a Michael Jordan. He didn't have that inside fire of a Michael Jordan. He didn't have the leadership of a Michael Jordan. So all these great players, they were missing something. They're all missing something that Michael Jordan had. He just had it. Right? So when you listen to Martin Lawrence and he says, Michael Jordan made it smell good, right? Michael Jordan made it look good. That's the facts. I talked about Jeff Teague the other day, right? We mentioned how Jeff Teague said that he didn't really like Kobe Bryant that much because he felt that Kobe Bryant was, quote unquote, trying too hard. And what he was trying to say was that things seemed to have to come difficult for Kobe Bryant. He had to work so hard for everything. And Jeff Teague was knocking Kobe Bryant for that, which I didn't understand. Like I told you, that's the respect of Kobe Bryant right there. The dude had to work like that to reach those heights. So we respect him for that. How not you knock him for that or, look at it as, I don't know, he's trying too hard, Kobe Bryant. But the difference between what Kobe Bryant had to do and what Michael Jordan did was just that. Michael Jordan made it look easy, right? So Martin Lawrence is saying Michael Jordan made it look good. Michael Jordan made it look easy. That's why we say he spoiled it, right? He ruined the game for a lot of people out there, right? What is that commercial that Michael Jordan had? He's like, maybe I had y'all, fooled, or, maybe I had you guys thinking that I was built off of fire and not substance, right? I was all flash, right? But not substance. Maybe I had you guys believing that it was easy, right? He made it look easy. He made it look good. So when we talk about the poetry in motion, that is Michael Jordan. That was Michael Jordan. I tell you guys all the time, when you talk about guys like Elgin Baylor, and I watch old films of Elgin Baylor, the way he moved on the court, it was different than a lot of those guys. When you watch Dr. J move on the basketball court, he moved differently than a lot of those guys. When you look at Michael Jordan, guys, and you compare him to some of the great athletes, the great competitors, some of these guys that can move that way, he just moved differently. The poetry in motion that was Michael Jordan is unlike anything I've ever seen, guys. No one looks that graceful. No one looks that explosive. No one looks that complete like Michael Jordan did on the basketball court. Like I said, he's just moving differently than everyone else. The way that Michael Jordan could jump in the air and hang. Remember, you had scientists, right? These guys were doing stuff trying to figure out how Michael Jordan could hang in the air that long. And I told you, it wasn't necessarily that Michael Jordan was, quote unquote, hanging in the air. He was flying. What made Michael Jordan look that way and made him appear that he was doing this is the way that he was able to contort and move his body when he was in the air. So a guy would jump up, try to block his shot. Michael Jordan can take the ball, move it around another way, and go around you on the underside. Michael Jordan, I told you, to me, the greatest passer in the air in NBA's history. He could leave his feet, which they tell you is a no-no when you making a pass. They teach you from the beginning, never leave your feet to make a pass. But Michael Jordan was able to defy those rules because of the way that he could move his body and find guys at the last minute. Jump up for a shot and then pass it off at the last second. Jump in the air, flying through the lane, and then dump it off to somebody at the last second. To me, no one did it on Michael Jordan's level. But once again, no one made it look that good. No one made it smell that good. Like my man Martin Lawrence said, when we talk about the charisma of Michael Jordan, the swag of Michael Jordan, the demeanor of Michael Jordan, when you talk about these kinds of things, right, what made him, his demeanor, Michael Jordan was on another level, man. For him to move that way, on and off the court, look that way, on and off the court. The presence of Michael Jordan on and off the court. The aura of Michael Jordan. What did Allen Iverson say in his Hall of Fame speech? He said it was like the dude was glowing. There was an aura around him. He said, I couldn't believe he was wearing the Air Jordans. Like, this is what Michael Jordan did to other people, but not only to the other NBA players. He did this to all professional athletes. How many stories you heard of Michael Jordan being asked to sign someone's shoes or sign someone's jersey? People or celebrities, right? Stars in their own right want to meet Michael Jordan, right? I talked about Bruce Smith. I did a video a long time about how Bruce Smith, the great Buffalo Bills defensive player, Bruce Smith, who once again was a star in his own right, not on Michael Jordan's level, but a star in his own right at the time in the 90s. Bruce Smith was asking for Michael Jordan's autograph. You had all these people trying to meet Michael Jordan. I talked about how it was funny because Michael Jordan, when he retired from basketball, was playing baseball. If you remember, Michael Jordan was asking Ken Griffey Jr. for an autograph. And Ken Griffey Jr. was like, you're asking me, I want your autograph. Right? I remember Cal Ripken looking for Michael Jordan in awe of Michael. Cal Ripken, who's a big-time superstar. He was in awe of Michael Jordan. Remember, Michael Jackson wanted to meet Michael Jordan. He wanted to do a video with Michael Jordan. This is Michael Jackson, guys. One of the biggest stars in the history of the world, of the history of mankind. He wanted to bow down to Michael Jordan. Everyone knew that it was Michael Jordan as the premier athlete, right? When it came to sports, it didn't matter what it was. It was Michael Jordan, guys, and everyone else. This is the swag, the aura of Michael Jordan. Remember, I did a video and I talked to you guys about how when Michael Jordan did that appearance on Saturday Night Live, some years back, many years ago. And he did that appearance on Saturday. I told you how Adam Sandler was telling a story. I was watching a video of Adam Sandler one time. He was being interviewed somewhere, and he was telling a story. They asked him about, the most famous person he ever met. He named Michael Jordan. This is Adam Sandler, guys. Adam Sandler. So Adam Sandler's telling a story about how Michael Jordan came to Saturday Night Live. And he said that the producers, the people in charge of Saturday Night Live, came to all of the comedians, Adam Sandler and all the other guys that were there. And he said that they told him, they gave him instructions. Hey, listen, man, don't be harassing Michael Jordan for autographs. Don't be bothering him for pictures, right? Don't act like a bunch of little kids around Michael Jordan, because they knew that's how they were going to act around Michael Jordan. And these were celebrities in their own right. These were movie stars, right? And they were starstruck by Michael Jordan. So Adam Sandler proceeds to tell a story about how Rob Schneider, you guys probably remember Rob Schneider from the Deuce Bigalow movies. Rob Schneider, a funny guy, like I said, in his own right for what he does. He talked about Rob Schneider was like, nah, man, I don't care. If I'm seeing Michael Jordan, I'm getting an autograph. And he said everybody was getting autographs of Michael Jordan. They were taking pictures with Michael Jordan. They were like a bunch of kids around Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan represented excellence and greatness. That's why to this day, you are referred to, or you could be referred to, as the Michael Jordan of. It doesn't matter what you do. And whenever you see another athlete who's reached the top level of their profession or their sport, they automatically invoke comparisons to Michael Jordan. You think about Patrick Mahomes, the Roger Federers, the Lionel Messis, right? All the great athletes in their respective sports, the Wayne Gretzky's, the guys, like I said, Alex Ovechkin, what did he say? Oh, man, I want to meet Michael Jordan. It's a dream of mine to meet. This is what Alex Ovechkin was saying, right? He wants to meet Michael Jordan. Excuse me, guys. That's what he was talking about. I talked about that in the video. That was one guy that he wants to meet. And why would you want to meet Michael Jordan? Because you respect Michael Jordan and you understand what Michael Jordan represents. So when I listen to Martin Lawrence in this clip saying that Michael Jordan made it look good, Michael Jordan made it smell good. Like, Michael Jordan had his own cologne, right? You remember that? And Michael Jordan sold his cologne, guys, off of his silhouette. I want you guys to remember that and think about that. I remember my mother bought me that cologne for Christmas. Whatever, I can't remember what year that was. The late 90s, I want to say that he came up with that cologne, if I'm right. But I remember my mother bought me the cologne for Christmas. And the cologne is not marketed, with Michael Jordan's name per se. They literally sold the cologne with Michael Jordan's bald head silhouette. Because anytime you see the silhouette of Michael Jordan, you know who it is. It's recognizable. You see that Jumpman logo, you know what it represents. Anytime you see someone walking down the street and you look down at their feet and you see the Air Jordans, you automatically have a little bit of respect for those people. You look at them differently. It could be like the most odd-looking person to you, someone that you would not really think that would be wearing Michael Jordan sneakers. Everyone wears them now. So you look at someone, maybe you make eye contact with that person and you give them a little head nod. Yo, I see you, man. You got them J's on, man. Word. You know you've done that. You've acknowledged somebody because they got the J's on their feet. Maybe you got the J's on your feet, and you recognize what that represents. You acknowledge what they're repping on their feet. They ain't doing that for LeBron James sneakers, man. But that's the Jordans, man. And why is it that way? Is it just because the sneakers look so cool? No, the sneakers are cool, and they look even cooler because Jordan wore them, because of what he did in them. The show he put on, the way that he carried himself. Michael Jordan was respected. He didn't cheat the game. He didn't cheat the fans. So like Martin Lawrence said, he made it look good. He made it smell good. You remember that scene from Bad Boys #1, which is probably my favorite movie of all time, or one of my favorite movies of all time. I love the first Bad Boys, even though Will Smith kind of got weird on us. But anyway, you guys remember Bad Boys 1, the scene there, right? When the captain's shooting all those shots, and he's like, yo, I was making them all in before you two showed up, right? And then they start talking for a little while, and then Will Smith gets the ball, and he makes his shot. He's like, everybody want to be like Mike. And the captain was like, yeah, well, you're going to be retired like him. And then Martin Lawrence was like, yeah, I'd have dunked it on your ass, right? You guys remember that scene, man? That's the facts. Everybody want to be like Mike, man. It's just the truth. That's not just a song that just went out there. That song actually has true value and meaning behind it. Because everybody wanted to be like Mike. Because of the way he went out there, played the game. The way that he carried himself, guys. That's what he did. He inspired a whole generation of people, even to this day. People want to be excellent at something. You think about Michael Jordan, man. That's the facts. So like Martin Lawrence said, Michael Jordan made it look good. He made it look better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He made it look better than Will Chamberlain, man. He made it look better than Bill Russell. He made it look better than Magic. And Magic Johnson got some serious swag, man, and a serious, charisma to him, Magic Johnson. Michael Jordan made it look better than that. He made it look better than Bird. He made it look better than Kobe. He made it look better than Dr. J. He did. And that's ain't knock on those guys. They're still all-time greats, amazing players. But Michael Jordan just did things differently. He looked different. He smelled different. When you see Michael Jordan in the poster going through the air and the way the feet are going, the way his body moves, no one looked like that. They don't, man. Listen, Vince Carter looks great. The aesthetics of Vince Carter dunking the ball, absolutely stunning. It ain't Michael Jordan, though, man. It just ain't Michael Jordan. And it wasn't just him flying through the air, like we mentioned, the Air Jordan sneakers. Is it the shoes? The commercials were legendary, right? The commercials were just something else. Even one of the newest Gatorade commercials that I remember I did a video on last year when that new Gatorade commercial came out and Michael Jordan started talking about the it. Is it? It should never change. The game might change, but it never should, right? That commercial gave me like goosebumps, man. How many times you guys see a Michael Jordan video come on or, something like that and you start to get the goosebumps, the chills, man? That's what these guys did for it. It's almost like when you hear NBA on NBC and you hear the sound, right? It gives you like a certain, level in your mind. You start to think about something, right? It gives you that overall feeling. This is Michael Jordan, man. The way that he made us feel because of the way that he looked out there, the way that he moved, the way that he, like I said, respected and appreciated the game, respected and appreciated the fans for going out there. Right, I remember Michael Jordan talking in that interview, and he started talking about, they were asking, did you have a problem when the fans, start to talk to you or heckling you or things like that? And he said, no, I have no problem with that because the fans, they think they're part of the game. And he goes, and they are part of the game. He goes, that's part of the game, man. He's like, so that's great for me. I like talking to the fans. He said, I like doing this. And we've seen Michael Jordan do that. He ain't getting these people kicked out the arenas because they said some crazy stuff to him, because they're heckling him. They're giving him a hard time. He went back at them. He used that as fuel. All the things that Michael Jordan did, the slam dunk contests, he didn't have to do those, but he did. You see, LeBron James won't even do them. Michael Jordan did that. Did 3 of them, guys. 3 slam dunk contests. Went out there and put on a show, man. The effort that he gave. You guys know the deal. And these are the facts. Like I said, shout out to my man Martin Lawrence, man. I've never really seen him talk like basketball or talk about anything like that. This clip just popped up. And, like I said, when I heard him say that Michael Jordan made it look good, Michael Jordan made it smell good, I was like, damn, I ain't never heard no one say it like that. And he's on the money with that stuff, man, because that's exactly what Michael Jordan did. He made it look good like no one else did. Other guys made it look good, but not like Michael Jordan, man. You know what I'm saying? He just, like I say, just took it to another level, man. Made it smell good. That's why the NBA in the 90s is called the golden era. The reason why the league was so popular wasn't just because of Michael Jordan. There were a lot of other great players that had charisma, that had swag, that had overall games, right? But Michael Jordan was the greatest of all of those guys. And that's why the game was so popular, because it wasn't just Michael Jordan, but you had the Charles Barkleys, you had the Karl Malones, you had the Shaquille O'Neals, you had the Hakeems, the Patrick Ewings, the David Robinsons, the Clyde Drexlers, the Reggie Millers, right? You had these guys, different personalities, different swags, right? And you had different guys coming in during these times. You had Magic Johnson on the way out, Larry Bird on the way out, Isaiah Thomas on the way out. This is the golden era. The late 80s into the early 90s, man, that transition, insane. Guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Moses Malone still there, right? Phasing out. And the new guys coming in, or the other guys taking over. And then you had other new guys coming in, like the Shaquille O'Neals, and then the Grant Hills, the Anthony Hardaways, the Jason Kidds, like the Dirk Nowitzkis, the Kobes in the late 90s, Steve Nash in the late 90s. You mean just that so many great players, the transitions, the crossover was unbelievable. And that's why it was the golden era, man. The game was beautiful. It was balanced. It looked good. It smelled good, guys. And we appreciated it. And like I said, that's why to this day, I owe those guys. I owe Michael Jordan and everyone else that went out there during that time, gave that effort. Like I said, showed up for the people out there, for that love of the game, to uplift the sport. So we have these memories because those guys were there. Much respect, once again, to Michael Jordan. Shout out to my man Martin Lawrence, man, for saying what he said, man. He's on the money with that. You guys know the deal. I'll catch you guys on the next one.